I love the Let's Get It show. My man Trey always putting it down. Yeah.
Welcome back, y'all. This is Trey Evans. I am the people's voice, and this is the Let's Get It show. I appreciate y'all tuning in again this week. This week I wanted to delve into a topic that has become a bit of a passion of mine, and I shouldn't say a passion, but I've developed a great deal of interest in this particular topic, and that is the topic of access to clean water. Now, here in the United States, well, before I jump into that, when you hear access to clean water, at least for me, before I started to do some research into this particular topic, when I heard about access or individuals not having access to clean water, the first thing I would think of is some third world country, some undeveloped nation, things of that nature. And come to find out that not only is that an outdated stereotype, because that's what it is, it also, well, I shouldn't say that. No, it is not just a stereotype, because there are still many countries, undeveloped nations and countries that don't have access to clean water. And the Clean Water Project, if you want to look that up, you can Google that, and that talks about those struggles in terms of from a worldwide basis. But here in the United States is what I'm trying to get to, is that we also have a huge problem with access to clean water. And water insecurity is something that is unfortunately still going on. And the sad part about it is that most of the information that I've looked at and gone through, this is still occurring because access to clean water is a monetary decision. There's somebody somewhere making a decision about how much it will cost to have access to a natural resource that is essential for life, right? Water is essential to life. It is everything living needs water, including you. Our earth is made up of 75% of water. Now, all that water is not drinkable water because it's made up of a lot of ocean water, which many of you know is heavy in salts. Although there are now new procedures in place, once again very expensive, that have the ability to convert salt water into drinking water. But nevertheless, water is essential for life. And the fact that it has gotten to the place where it is debated as it has gotten to a place where money makes a decision to whether or not someone will have access to water, to clean drinking water, is just, it's downright criminal. In my perspective, it's downright criminal. And so I was doing, just going through, flipping through some of my research about this, and it just threw me back. I was reading a Time Life magazine article that talked about where the water insecurity lies. And not to my surprise, but unfortunately, and I wish that I was surprised when I get this information, but I'm not. But water insecurity in the United States mostly affects, you guessed it, communities of color, low income communities, communities that struggle with access to quality education and health care, and you can go on down the list. And it's like, wow, you mean the basic right of life? You would discriminate against a people and deny them access to one of the basic needs of life, which is water. I mean, water is so important, okay, that right now under the UN declarations, the UN has a declaration that says that life to clean water is a right. It's international law. It's an international law to have access to clean water. But here in America, in communities of color, communities of low income and education challenges, we don't have clean water. I was going through a series of clips to kind of prepare for this subject today because it's such a broad subject, and I really wanted to just narrow it down and stay within the discussion of water insecurity and how it's affecting communities of color. And so I was looking for different examples that maybe I could, reference in my conversation. And I'm sure everyone has heard about the Flint, Michigan water crisis, which occurred back in 2014. That's probably the most polarizing of discussions regarding clean water here in the United States, at least in recent times. But there are so many other examples of access to clean water not being granted. I came across one, and I just wanted to play a short clip. And this clip is from the Post Courier, which is wow, I've just lost my train of thought. A newspaper, the Post and Courier. It's a newspaper out of South Carolina, and there was a issue with access to clean drinking water in a small town called Denmark, South Carolina. And I shouldn't even laugh about this. In the attempt to try to clean up, if you will, the drinking water issue, or to, I guess, try to provide cleaner access to drinking water, and not only drinking water. I keep saying drinking water, but this is access to clean water, just to bathe, to cook, to do just some of the basics. I mean, it is just mind-boggling. Well, I shouldn't say it's mind-boggling, because I know that, again, the reason why this is happening is because of money. But to go back, so there was an issue with the water in this small town called Denmark, South Carolina. So to curb that issue, or to correct that issue, the city decided that they were going to use a chemical called halocin. Now, this chemical was not approved by the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, for those of you who may be listening abroad, which is the agency that is responsible for monitoring various environmental procedures here in the United States. This product, halocin, was not approved by the EPA. Now, it was approved for cleaning pools and tubs, but not placed in the drinking water. They placed this in the drinking water in an attempt to clean the water and to help clean the pipes, which obviously bring the water into the homes. And And I wanted to play this clip from the Post and Courier. They did a short piece, and I want you to hear what the resident had to say about what was occurring with them when they, after they put this water into the system. This agent, this chemical into the system. I want you to hear what ended up happening as a result of this. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Let me just play this right here. Listen to this.
In Denmark, for the last 10 years, a chemical called halocyan has been used to disinfect our city's drinking public water. What's happened is over the last few years, a lot of citizens have been complaining, having a lot of concerns, a lot of issues that were passed away to the side and kind of ignored. It may last for a little while, but eventually there's a stopping point. And we are the stopping point.
And I just wanted to play that. That's from a resident of Denmark, South Carolina, that basically is, telling you exactly what I just said, that they put this chemical in the water in an attempt to try to clean the water and clean the pipes. Never got approval for it, but yet it ended up contaminating the water to the point where it caused additional health issues with several residents. Matter of fact, there was another resident that kind of talked about the effects of what happened as a result of the drinking water. Listen to this, please.
Some problems. Wasn't long after leaving with the itching and stuff, but I thought it was maybe it was the soap I was using. But then I started changing up different soaps, and then I find out it wasn't the soap, because a lot of time when I went to turn the water on in the bathroom, in the kitchen, the water was brown. And so I would have rash around my neck, and then my hair, it's all in the top, it's all out here in the top. See, I don't got no hair. Yes, I'm concerned about it, because how would you put chemical in the water, and then you don't know how much you're putting in there, and then you're risking people's lives and people getting sick. Like, I've lost my hair and stuff, and I just think it's not right for us to have go through something like that.
And this was used, again, the chemical that she's referring to is called halocyan. This chemical was used as a pesticide to treat groundwater wells. It's not for disinfecting drinking water. And they put this into the water starting in 2007. And it wasn't until 2018 that they finally stopped putting this into the water, right? By that time, as you just heard one of the residents state, she was dealing with rashes and hair loss. It's really sad and needs to be highlighted. But the whole purpose of my conversation today is to talk about water insecurity. And water insecurity in communities of color in particular, because, again, I've just highlighted one community. I could have easily taken the time to go through multiple communities where this is happening on a regular basis, and still to this day. Matter of fact, if you want, there is a report that shows the data regarding local waterways that are polluted. It's under the Safe Drinking Water Act here in the United States. It shows the water violations. It provides great detail regarding that. But yeah, so what do you want, right? So once again, okay, Trey, you've detailed, all of these unfortunate events. Now what? What I want is for everybody to spread the word. And then after you spread the word, get in touch with your local community leaders, your local politicians. Spread it on social media. Spread it throughout your personal networks that water insecurity in the United States is occurring. and it needs to stop. Again, international law, UN declaration says that the right to clean water is an international law. And since that is law, all citizens of the United States should have access to it. I appreciate y'all checking me out today. Hopefully this was informative and will get all of us to move towards making sure that water insecurity is no longer a conversation in our country and in our world. My name is Trey Evans. I appreciate you checking in today. This is the Let's Get It Show. Until next time, salute.
Love the Let's Get It Show. That is my favorite show.
I love the Let's Get It show. My man Trey always putting it down. Yeah.